Joining us now on the Sunrise Morning Show is Toufic Baaklini, the president of In Defense of Christians. Toufic, welcome back to the show.
Thank you. Thank you, Annie, for having me.
And we were very saddened to learn of the news of the death of the COO of EWTN News, Andrew Walther, who was really only with EWTN since June, and prior to that had worked for a long time with the Knights of Columbus. Toufic, how did you know him?
Yes, we've met in 2014 when we first started In Defense of Christians, IDC, to help the persecuted Christians, specifically in the Middle East. And during that period, he was vice president of the Knights of Columbus for many years. So he came to our first summit and wanted to start helping IDC, and so he attended the first summit, and he saw what we're trying to do to stop the persecution of Christians and how we can help and support Christianity in the Middle East, where it all began. Basically, that was the when we first started IDC. Many people did not know about that's where Christianity began in the Middle East. And so I've got to know him since that year, 2014, became very close friends, and he supported us in so many ways. Very quietly. He was a quiet man. He wanted to, to help and support, and the first accomplishment that we've had, and it was historic with his help and the help of the Knights of Columbus, was the designation of genocide of what's happening in Iraq and Syria. Yeah. It was the second time in U.S. history that such recognition happens. So it was very important. We've worked together, we've lobbied, and the Knights of Columbus, helped us in a very big way.
Yeah, I was going to say the Knights of Columbus, I remember when, especially when ISIS was dominating the news cycle and seeing all of the Christians fleeing Iraq, that the Knights of Columbus did so much work to raise money to help bring them back home. And I imagine that Andrew was a big part of that effort.
He was. It was what he's done on that side. I was going to get to that. It was tremendous amounts. I believe it was like the first help they got, that he was able to raise like $10 million, and he helped to raise a lot more than this. To send aid to rebuild churches, to rebuild the schools, and one of the archbishops the Chaldean Catholic Archbishop Walther, in fact, he praised Andrew's work on behalf of the Iraqi Christians, and also the survivors of ISIS, the genocide, because the Knights, they've done a lot of work with the survivors as well.
How do you hope Andrew Walther's legacy will inspire others?
Well, we always hope for many, and what I call many Andrews, mm-hmm. And I always mention it. And he did inspire many, and we got a whole group together. And but he was really, really instrumental. Especially, it had also to do with lobbying, not only aid, and putting together a report to show, you need witnesses, you need survivors, it wasn't easy. The genocide recognition wasn't easy to pass. It's not just you pass the law and you have to give information specific. We documented with his help 1,100 cases to be able to do this work, and without him and the Knights of Columbus, we would have never been able to work on this and make sure it happens. Because, as I said, it's very, very, very hard to do this recognition of a genocide during the genocide.
Well,
so he was extremely, extremely helpful, and he helped also found the Institute of Ancient and Threatened Christians as means to continue his work defending persecution Christian communities across the globe.
Wow. Wow. Such a legacy that Andrew Walther had in defending religious freedom and in defending Christians around the world who are persecuted. May he rest in peace. We've been talking to his friend, Toufic Baaklini, the president of In Defense of Christians. Toufic, please extend to all of the IDC family our condolences on the death of Andrew Walther, and we will be praying for his soul. We are praying for his soul and praying for the consolation of you and all of his friends. Thank you so much for remembering him today.
Thank you. I will, and we have prayers for him all over the Middle East area, from Iraq, Syria, and Lebanon. We're all praying for him.
Wonderful
and
to hear.
Thank you very much.
Most definitely, Toufic. Thank you.